Hello, beautiful soul. If you struggle with trying to figure out how to keep track of all of your tasks, your personal tasks, and your team tasks as you're collaborating on projects together, then I have a recommendation for you. I love using Trello. Trello is free to get started with. All you need is an email to really create an account, and you can have up to 10 Trello boards for free at the time of this recording. So generally, I suggest creating one card per task so that all conversations related to that task stay within that card and you are only focusing on one task and one conversation at a time. But I know that sometimes working backwards from a bigger goal is helpful. So if you are, especially if you're in a pinch or you really want to have multiple people from your team be focused on multiple tasks that amount to accomplishing that goal, then this way may be helpful for you. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started. And you can give me feedback how you're using Trello, if you are using Trello. And if you're not using Trello, do let me know what other platform you may be using. Okay, so generally my task board would look like I would have a to-do list where I'm constantly adding new cards for each task that needs to be done. When the team is finished, they would move it to doing, or not finished. When the team begins working on the task, they will move it to doing. And that is my cue to know what each person is working on. When they are finished with that task, either they mark it as done or they move it to waiting for someone. Especially if I've told them that I want to review whatever the output is, then they do move it to waiting for someone. And I'm generally in here looking at these tasks first so that we can prioritize and get those taken care of. If there is any rework that's needed, I would generally add it to additional work needed queue. And if no additional work is needed, then I sometimes would mark it as done. So that is generally what I normally do. And to move tasks from one queue to another queue, it's super simple. You basically would, like this one is assigned to me. When I begin working on it, I'm going to just move it to doing. So this also lets the team know that I am currently working on this. And I move this because I am the one assigned to this task and I'm working on this. Okay. So the other way that I am trying, and I'm hopeful that this will be very beneficial, is adding goals for the week as a separate queue so that we are staying focused on the bigger goals where multiple tasks are have to be done and have to be prioritized for that goal to be achieved. So I just added this recently and I'm giving this a try. I'm gonna show you how I am currently using this on our regular team tasks. And give 1 second. Okay, so I've switched over to one of the tasks that I've added where we are trying to enroll 3 members in the DBL mastermind before a certain day. So it's like all hands on deck type of situation where we are in a time crunch and we want to make sure that we are taking care of all of the tasks that need to be done. And we will get this bigger goal achieved. So what I did here was I created a checklist. I added a checklist, and you can add a checklist by clicking on checklist over here. It's going to let you give this checklist a title. I'm just going to give that I'm just going to say test checklist just so that I can show you how I created this. Okay, so once I did that, then it's going to add that checklist down here. And then I could just add items to this checklist so that we can all get organized on all of these tasks that are needed. So after I added some tasks to this checklist, I was like, I also want to be able to assign it to each member. So if you are on the paid version, you can assign a due date to each item on the checklist and assign members to each checklist item. But if you're on the free plan, then that's not available. So I just applied a little hack. I added the name of the person at the beginning so that as we're working through this, we know who's assigned what and all that stuff. So I basically just did a mind sweep and downloaded everything that I had in my mind that needed to be done related to this. And I added that here. The benefit of having it this way is that going forward, if you ever need to repeat this process, all of the tasks are already outlined here. So you essentially can create a new checklist from an existing checklist. You can copy items over from a previous checklist, and you basically have a plan that you can implement ready to go. So this is something new I'm trying out, and I'm really hopeful that this is going to help us. So I just quickly wanted to hop on and share this with you in case this is helpful for you as well. So give that a try and let me know, give me your feedback. If you ever want to get a copy of something I'm doing, let me know, and I would be happy to somehow share this with you. Okay, may peace and blessings be with you.